Hello everyone, Mary Sims here. Welcome back and I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to build generation house that was built at Delzal Valley that you can get from Get Famous Expansions Pack if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. And this generation's house has 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, a dining room, what else I'm missing here? And it's a living room obviously, and I also included a swimming pool that was a little bit dated because obviously this is like a generation's house, and I also have a barbecue area on the side, so it will be fun to see at the end of this video. And this also will gonna be a 30 minutes video, so I hope you don't mind that this is my first longest videos ever. I know, but because it's so much details and I need to cut some of them, because if not it will take forever and there's no way I need to talk for like that certain of time. So I cut some of the bit where I places like some cracks and stain and everything like that, because this is a generation's house. Obviously it will look like a little bit I don't say dated, it's still like have a slight modern things, because obviously you got renovation as the time being. When it passed by generations, let's say your mom or your dad or the grandchildren's that formerly live in here, renovate some of the things, especially like the dining room, And as you can see here, I'm using most of like debug items because I couldn't really find like the, what you call that, fence that was match with what I was imagining. So, and the fact that neighborhood has this kind of fences as well, so I thought I might just make it a little bit similar so it looks like it's been there for a while, so it doesn't look like really brand new and different amongst the rest of the houses. But the thing is, the layout of the houses is a little bit funny as well, as I told you before, that because this house has been passed through generations, some renovations has been made in this house, so there's like some additionals. For example, like this dining room was supposed to be there, oh my god, what's wrong with English today? It shouldn't be there, but because one of the member of the house was thinking, well, we should probably expand it a little bit. So then, yeah, that's it is. And I hope that makes sense as well, because it's been a while since I was having this voice over, and my last video I think like a month ago, and I told you as well that I've been doing a few things, and this time I have another excuse. I'm so sorry, this is not like an excuse actually, but I've been busy in social media and my Instagram, and I've been like knowing so many people that was so talented. I couldn't even like mention any of them because there's so many of them. I just didn't realize it, and all their design was so good. I got so inspired by them, and it was so perfect. I don't know what to tell. And yeah, and I did what I call it. I don't know if this was recording. Hang on a second. I think it did. I'm sorry, guys. It says it's recording, but I didn't see any of the thingy about it. So sorry, guys, for the interruptions, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Like I say, yeah, it's been a while since I did the voiceover, so I might get a little bit nervous sometimes when you just start it again. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's me, And yeah, speaking of the Instagram people, like I don't have lots of followers at the moment in time because obviously I've just started it, but I really learn a lot of tips, a lot of design and things that makes a house seems like really nice. Also the interior, and I'm really enjoying it, and they are really nice. They're really friendly, and I don't know, I just can't say enough about them. They were like so great. So you have to follow me and them on my Instagram. You can see that on my follower list or people that are following. And yeah, you will definitely gonna love their design. Back into the building, I think I almost finished the building. I just need to put like the roof. And the roof is actually the hardest part. And it's not just for this house. I think apart from the landscaping, the roof is just driving me insane. I don't know why, because the thing is I didn't see much difference in here where I live in Indonesia. The roof is just like roof. There's no kind of like style. Most people has like just a square house, or even, like just a block of house, because I live in the city, not like in different suburban area. Well, maybe abroad people like to design it, I want this shape like this and that. I don't know, but what I've seen is I just seen everything is pretty much the same. So I kind of have like a problem a little bit. I changed quite a while of the roofing, but ended up like manage it. But maybe you will find out that all my houses will have the same roof, because I just don't have any idea. That's why I go into Instagram and see some of their design. I don't mean to cheat, but I just wanted to find out like what ideas actually I could get from them, because they're so good. And yeah, I can't say enough. It's so good. Yeah, and now I managed to do it. I think it's just, this is the last options that I could do with the roofing. And as you can see, there's a swimming pool there. I will make it a little bit full of stuff later on. But at the moment in time, as you can see, I still adjusting this roofing. As I said, this is drive me insane, but it's not going to be long anyways. But I like the previous layout before, but I thought, well, it's too much kind of like distractions on the roof. And I kind of like miss some of the area on the second floor if I put like the roof in this way and that way. And I kind of like get it confused as well because of the layout of the house. But then yeah, I managed to do well, no problem. And I hope you like my roofing, even though it looks like silly a little bit. And now this is almost done with the buildings itself. I'm starting to do the landscaping. Yeah, I don't know what I think about this. I'm not a big fan of the landscaping that I made in this building, but I'm pretty happy with it, because I don't know, I just never seen like a generation's house has a nicer what do you call it, landscaping area. Mostly it's like, if it's like generation, obviously it's just gonna be like abandoned things, but I'm just trying to make it like nice at the same time, but it's messy. I don't know how I'm describing these things, but yeah, that's what I mean. And yeah, so I just placed some stones. I like that. I don't know what you call that, monstera, philodendron plants. I've just bought new plants today. So because I was inspired with people having them, my friends having them too. And I seen in the Sims they have it too, but I think I got that from the debug items, not from whatever you can build and buy from the packs itself. So yeah, I quite like to use it once in a while. I really like it actually. If it's possible for me to put it in the house, I will do it. But sometimes it doesn't match the house, and I think I just don't know where to place them. But even though they're actually really nice, but it just doesn't match the building sometimes. But yeah, but now I like the front of it. It's just fit there. And as you can see, this is the dining room area. I want to make it like like a summer kind of house or size, or conservatory. Yeah, I think that's how it says, how it's spelled, or how it's, I don't know. I just have a problem with my mouth to do it, like spelling in English, because like I say, English is not my first language, so sometimes I just mixed it up with like, oh, sorry, that's my phone, I need to shut it down. So yeah, so it's a little bit difficult for me to spell some of the words in English, but I'm trying, guys. Now it's still landscaping. I almost don't know what to say in this voiceover because it's like 30 minutes long. I know it will get really bored, but I'm trying to like think what conversations we can have in this voiceover. I know that it's not a conversation, but I mean, like, I'm trying to explain everything that I'm placing here. So yeah, I pretty like the front of the house of this generation's house because it's just like the simplicity because it's generations. So it should have been like the old style, the old-fashioned style that is sweet, you know, because back years and years ago, your grandmothers or great-grandmothers must have like a really nice, beautiful garden. So trying to maintain that at the same time, but still wanted to make it a little bit, how you said, worn? Yeah, I think that's the words. That this house is like a worn generation's house. Anyway, I don't know. And now I'm changing some of the windows because I thought, yeah, I know for a fact that you will have the same window everywhere, but for this building, I think the window that I'm using for most of the buildings is a little bit too wide, so I'm changing some of them to like the like slimmer one, so it's fit with the building. So I don't want to look at like too much windows basically. And now I'm placing the stairs. I'm quite confused before to place this because, you know, stairs, I just don't like it like a straight stairs. I like this kind of shape, so it makes it like real. Because if you have like a higher house, obviously you don't want to have like a really like straight up stairs. You want to have like a little bit curvy or round kind of things just to make it a little bit more realistic. Now I am doing the living room. Living room is actually not a difficult part because the space here is not big. So I just wanted to make it like, you know, comfy at the same time. And then most of the furniture or the items that I placed here, I just trying to make it a little bit old-fashioned because obviously these couches and all the furniture has been there for like years. They never change it, so they keep it that way so they can remember that this house actually has lots of memories. And I don't know, I always put this TV cabinet. Is that what you call it? The table that I use for the TV or TV console. How you say that? Whatever it is. I just like that shape. It has like mid-century kind of style, but at the same time it will fit any kind of like style. Even the modern now, like Scandinavian, they like to make something like simple but still nice. So yeah, I always use them for any build that I have. Maybe in the next build I don't have to use them again, because so people don't think like, oh, that is boring. And now we are doing the entrance. The entrance, like I say, this house looks big, but there's actually not a lot of things that you could place because the layout itself is a little bit funny. There's lots of changes in the story here because because of that generations, is people been living in here for years and changes like household, so they wanted to make it like different, so they keep like changing the layout or moving the furniture away, yeah, so that was it. Anyway, I'm just like mumbling now because like I said, it's like 30 minutes talk and I never did this before. So this is gonna be my first, and I'm so sorry if you think I'm just so boring, but you know, I just want these videos to be up because I like it so much, and you don't have to listen to what I'm saying for the whole of the video, you can just turn off or mute your TV if you think I'm so boring, which I found I am boring. But anyway, don't care. Yeah, so I keep coming back to the landscaping because I thought I don't have enough stuff just to make it like, dated. So I keep coming back to them, and I will do the pool area landscaping shortly, and then I keep adding up as the time I build. By the time I build, what's wrong with English? I always have that problem, I'm so sorry. And yeah, by the way, the parts that I like actually from this build is when I build the kitchen. I really like it because it's really like homey. It's worn out, but at the same time, it's functional. It's still nice. I put like little cracks and stains here and there, some ornaments, like the chicken on top of the cabinet. I always say that wrong. I think it's how you say that, cabinet. For like, the cover on the top of your countertops. What you call that? I always call it cabinet. Anyway, doesn't matter. This one, as you can see here, I don't know what you call this, but I called it cabinet. So yeah, and I did changes a few times of this. What you call it? I keep forgotten about this. This one is the countertop. So this countertop was have a funny angle because I want to make it like U-shape, but I think it's a little bit boring. So I just change it a little bit. I make it like on the other side and then put the bin in between. I don't know. I did try this and everything's pretty functional, but every time I'm asking the Sims to throw or clean up, they didn't use the bin here. They used the bin outside. I don't know why. And so, same with the sink as well. They prefer to go to the sink where the laundry room is rather than in the kitchen, even though there's nothing actually, covered at the front of the sink. Like, they can just walk and do that, but I don't know what's wrong with The Sims, or maybe it's just a game that is, I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, the tiles. I think I changed a few times with the tiles and also the wallpaper, but this one I really love. I'm trying to make it like a bluish, orangey kind of style, but ended up changing the color of the cabinet, the top cabinet. I still feel funny to say that because I don't know what you normally say that in English, but that's what I say. You know what I mean, and yeah, this looks nice actually, but with the cracks, it even looks more realistic. I will add the cracks and stains later because it took so much time. I think I finished this house for like days. It's not even like the whole day anymore. It's like days, just because I need to place some cracks and stain in a proper place so it doesn't look like it's overly made. But yeah, I pretty like it at the end of the result though. And now I am doing the cluttering. This is my favorite. And believe it or not, I always did the same style of spices on top of the counter for any of my builds because I thought, well, in the real life, your countertop is always full of spices. Or even if you put that in the cupboard, there is always something on the countertop, if you keep it in the cupboard. Like mine too, there's always something on the table. So I just want to create that kind of feel. And because this is like a house that has been worn out as well, and been used for generations, so obviously they don't really care about the aesthetic of the kitchens itself anymore, even though it's actually still nice, but it doesn't really matter, you know. I need to swallow because I keep talking and I just like, oh, this is like another, how long? 20 minutes? It's been like 20 minutes talking, by the way. But yeah, I'll keep it going. I promise as well, like next time, I don't think I will do this long because I don't think people like, I don't know, this is just my opinion. I don't think people wanted to listen to like 30 minutes unless you like the persons or you just like the conversations that they brought up or the topic that they actually wants to explain. But for me personally, I think maybe it's just me. I like to listen to people even though it's like 30 minutes, especially when you do something like, let's say you're cooking or you're doing like ironing or you do something like work. It's like a podcast for you. But if I did that, if I'm being that person who give a talk, I will be like, oh, I don't think people will like what I'm saying because it's too long and you kind of like lost whatever it is the topic that you want to explain, because the thing is the talk more than maybe 10-15 minutes, the rest of it is just like something like nonsense or something that you add up, unless you are like a really smart person. So I'm not, so anyway, I don't know, I just like put myself down a little bit so people don't think like too cheeky or something. Anyway, now this is the laundry room. Laundry room is a little bit tiny, so it's a little bit squeezed out. I don't know if you can see that properly at the end of this video because it's too small. So when I captured the end result, I don't know, it was too tight. You can't put the camera backward a little bit unless you knock down the wall. So I'm trying my best to give you like what it looks like with the laundry room. But I pretty like it because laundry room doesn't need to be like big, because you basically just put the laundry, close it, leave it, and then take it on and hang it up, and that was it. And this is my favorite room as well. Not living room. This is a dining room that I told you the people who live here renovate the house and decided to put the dining room at the end of the other side of the house. So yeah, and it's supposed to be like a conservatory as well. But they thought, well, it's nice to just have like dinner and you have everything in view, especially when you have like a nice garden. Unfortunately, not at this house, because this house used to be good. They like to sit and having dinner there, but because it's been like there for a while, been worn out, been in generations, there will be like rubbish a little bit at the side of the house. You'll see it later. Anyway, now I am doing the bathroom. I don't know, it's just me maybe, but I just don't like to have the same color on every room, so it doesn't look bored. Even though in reality, most of the wallpaper or like paint, your wall paint was basically the same. So if it's like white, or it's just bricks, some bricks and some maybe like just paints or some wallpaper. And maybe for bedrooms you have like different wallpaper or like paint, but for Sims I just like it to be different, you know. So it's just something new when you get into room by room, and it doesn't look bored as well. There is a few houses that I did, I think I made it similar, and I thought, well, it's a little bit boring, so I decided to change my style a little bit. And as I said, I was inspired by people that was so good at the buildings, and I just can't help just to make it. Anyway, it just doesn't make any sense anymore. Now I didn't know what to do with this part of the house because there's like an empty room. I don't know what to put there, but what can you place near the dining table? Let me know if you think I should place something else apart from the, how you say that, music. I I don't even know what's that called, but anyway, that's to put your music on. Anyway, and now this is the room. This room is my favorite. This room was the story behind this room is actually because the house has been passed through generations. The last persons who live in this house doesn't have the fund anymore to pay for all the bills and make renovations, trying to maintain the house. So they decided to rent one of the bedroom downstairs for students or for whoever it is that wants to be a celebrity or trying to get a job in Del Sol Valley, because obviously it's like Hollywood. It's like a dream kind of place for you, so you can get a better life, So they rent this room for someone that might be students at the same time. Maybe they're like going to university at the same time, but they work as well after that. They rent this house, so I put lots of clutters in it. The clutter is just like good, and I place a computer, and it's the persons who rent this room like music, sports, and everything like that. So just trying to balance it, like not to over clutter it, but sometimes you got that how you say that? You got that they actually, I don't know. I just don't know what to say that. I just lost what I wanted to say, but you know what I mean. Like someone who rent this, they don't have lots of stuff coming in here. So I place a few things, and because this is like a temporary house for them until they getting out, or even they got like a proper job, or even like get famous and get out of the house. So yeah, that's the story for that room. And upstairs later on, I have another 3 rooms. One of the rooms is actually kids' rooms, where the kids, the last persons who live in here, kids living in here, they're like a toddler and I don't say a teen, like it's maybe like a primary kind of, so slightly bigger than a toddler. They're not like a teen just yet. Yeah, so it will be fun with that kids room anyway. Now I am doing some cluttering. This is the things that I mentioned before. So in the old days, this used to be like a really nice garden. So when you have your dinner or you invite people to have dinner here, it will look really nice and stunning. But because the grandparents has passed away and nobody look after this house apart from like the last persons who might be not as strong financially, they just leave it that way. Nobody like looking after it. But even though some of the garden is still good because it's just naturally like that, but at that corner I just want to make it like a little bit, different. Yeah. And for the terrain paint, now I'm doing terrain, but this is a little bit hard though, because I thought, well, how do it looks like when you not having a fun to maintain your house and your garden? How the soil will looks like. Obviously, if you don't tile them or you don't look after them, or you just leave it like the grass is not like well looked after, it will be like soil everywhere. So that's what I did. Yeah. So now I think I'm not far from finishing all the landscaping. I don't think I will come back again to do the rest. I think I just need to put the gate at the front of the swimming pool, and that was pretty much it, because I thought the pool is a little bit looks funny. It looks funny actually, because why did you put like a gate? But it's just to give like some privacy, because obviously this used to be like a really good, nice, big house. And the great grandparents who used to live in here have a financially really good. They consider rich in this area, in the suburban area. But now, because they're all gone, just no more money, they just worried that people will look different way to them, and people just look pity to them. So they just wanted to like close themselves from the outside world. even though they're still going out. But I mean, technically they just don't want people to see what's happening with them anymore. And this is like, if you ever watch the movie of, let me search, I can't remember what that called, but that is like, in that story is actually the lady is actually has not relations, like it's how you say that, Jackie Kennedy. So they have why did I'm stopping? They I can't remember what's the movie called, but in that story is this person used to be like really rich, but she liked to like dance and just going out, spend money, and the husband didn't like that way, and then he cheated on him as well. So they decided to just divorce. So this daughter decided to live with the mom because she was heartbroken that the persons that she loved, thinking that she could be famous in Hollywood, was actually married. So I just don't know what that called. I have that in my mind, but I couldn't really say. I will maybe explain it to you maybe in the next video, but that's the movie that I mean. Like, their house is just hot mess. It used to be really good, and there's like a string cat and lots of like stink stuff in the house. So the house is actually inspired by that house, but not necessarily the same, because this house is still like people living here, but that house is only like there are two mom and daughters living in there. If you know what I mean about this movie, let me know. They have like no relationship with Jackie Kennedy, is like John F. Kennedy's wife. They have like, I think they're like cousins or something. That's her auntie who used to live in there. So yeah, let me know guys. I totally forgot what I'm saying today, so I'm so sorry. It has like a little quiet time there before, because I'm just trying to remember so hard, and I've been talking for like straight 30 minutes and only have like another 5 minutes because this house is not gonna be that long anymore. I just need to finish the second floor. And this is the kids' bedroom. I did change the color later on. I don't really like the end of the result with the green, so I thought I just change it to like a purpley color. And I want to make it a little bit mess, because kids are messy, and yeah, there's like toys, but lots of like knickknacks. It's not like very dirty. It's mostly like just stains, some cracks in the wall. It's not gonna be like total dirty, but there are footprints where they make a lot of stuff everywhere. But I don't really like it. I think this is one of the apart from the bedroom downstairs that was rented for someone else, this room is actually really nice too, because it's two persons living in the same bedroom. So the one of them will sleep downstairs later on in the later story, because they're growing up, so they can have the bottom. But the thing is, it will be financial struggle even more for them, because the kids trying to like growing up, and then will have lots of things they need, So yeah, at the moment in time, they were like sleep in the same room. So I placed two tiny table, one for the bigger one. The left side is for the bigger kids, which is in primary, and the other one is like a toddler, so they just like do paintings and stuff like that. The bathroom as well, it was a shared bathroom between them and the parents. So the parents' room is just connected straight away from that bathroom. So they can use both, because the funny things about this house is it's only two bathrooms, which is one for the rest of the people is on the second floor. So the persons who rent downstairs need to go upstairs to go shower and do all the things. But I designed the second bathroom as like public as possible. It's not like public-y, but at least it has like a cover. So just in case someone's getting, at least it's not like so embarrassing, But I mean, obviously, if you're in the bathroom, you should lock them. And here I am placing the old pianos. The hell knows how these pianos can go upstairs. with that kind of stairs. But maybe the old days that pianos was no, not that pianos. I mean, like that stairs might be like even bigger, so it can go upstairs. But anyway, apart from that, this is only the sense. So I'm trying to make it as realistic, but it's really difficult because it's not real. This is just like a game. And this is the parents' bedroom. I just want to make it a little bit simple because, as I say, they've been sold a few things and they're in struggle to fund it or to maintain this house. This house is too big for them. So yeah, so they just have like this simple kind of room, not a lots of things in it. It's just blue with the old style beddings, and I placed this dresser in front of their bed because there's no other place to place it because it's like a funny shape of room. And this second room is their sister, one of the parents' sisters still living in here. She's not working and she's still single, so that's actually added up more struggle until she was leaving this house and maybe being independent. But whatever it is, the story behind this house is actually kept lots of memories, so that's why the parents who live in here is actually still keep it. And I think this is the end of the video, so I hope you like this, and then don't forget to subscribe and then leave me a comment below what you want me to do next, and also give me the thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da!